Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. So in today's video I would like to talk about next generation Xbox. There's an interesting update regarding that console. Looks like despite the falling sales of current gen Xbox, Microsoft still wants to produce more consoles, new consoles, next gen consoles, maybe even handheld. We'll see how that goes. But today's video is all about the home console, I believe. And this information is a courtesy of Windows Central, Jez Corden of Windows Central to be exact, and this is the info. So a couple of days ago, Jez Corden, and he's a well-known journalist. He knows a lot about Xbox. He knows people at Microsoft. So according to this information, the company's research and development efforts may have recently passed a major milestone, with Windows Central's Jez Corden reporting that Xbox's next-gen console hardware has now moved past its early pitch stages. That's good news, citing sources close to Microsoft. That's good news. That means that, I guess the planning stage has finished, and now it's time to move on to more like a production kind of part of the production, I guess. Elaborating on this current stage of development, the insider said that the Xbox Series S and X successor has been fully adopted and costed all the way up the chain. Obviously, he's talking about the supply chain, meaning all the parts and everything, and all the plans for logistics and that kind of stuff, I guess. With this phase reportedly complete, Microsoft should now be able to focus on producing the first dev kits, seeking developers' feedback, negotiating supplier contracts, and handling other logistics essential to launching a new console generation. So obviously this is coming from Jez Corden. This is not like officially confirmed by Microsoft, but we know that the new console is coming. Sarah Bond and Phil Spencer many times said that that's the case, that they are working on a new console. Now we just have a confirmation that they've got everything planned, and the costs up to whatever levels they want. So I guess now they are happy to start producing that thing, and or moving to preparations for production, right? But because like it's not that doesn't mean that like moving forward, like from tomorrow they will be producing the consoles. It's not that easy. It will take some time to find the right suppliers and to make sure that they've got enough of the parts, because producing the APU, so the main processor for the console, means working with AMD on the design. I can only imagine that they've got the design ready, otherwise they wouldn't have the console fully costed, right? So they know what's inside there and how much that's going to cost. So I guess the initial design is there. Now it's probably they will be moving towards testing the APU and the prototypes and everything, right? And just the fact alone that they will be producing the first dev kits means that the first chips should be delivered to developers at some point in the future. Now whether the dev kits will have like a full APU, or whatever, that's hard to say, because sometimes dev kits are not 100% compatible with all the features that like a console will provide at like a full production scale. But sometimes these developers just work on PCs anyway, and what may happen, especially that next Xbox is supposed to be more like a PC and console hybrid. I wouldn't be surprised if early games will be just a PC, ports, PC versions suited for like a particular specs, close to whatever what Xbox Series, we don't know what's the new name will be for the console, so the next gen Xbox will provide, right? So that's a lot. That's probably what's going to happen. But it's good to hear that the new console has been fully approved. It's not only in planning stages. They've got budget ready for it, and they will start producing like first parts and prototypes and everything. That's good news. Now, the real question now is whether or not they will be able to provide like, the end result by the end of 2026, as many leaks previously suggested, because there's been a lot of talk a couple of months ago, last year really, that Xbox wants to be first to the market before a PlayStation 6, but obviously whether or not that's going to materialize, that's another story, really, because I guess if they've got the SoC, so the main processor for the console, if the design is finished and now they will start prototyping and everything. And I would imagine they've got that design ready, because like I said, they would not have the console costed already if they haven't had design and knew how much it's going to cost to produce, right? So I would imagine that right now is just like working with prototypes, and I guess 6 or like 9 months before launch they will start producing like final silicon, so the processors. So they've got like still at least like more than a year to work on prototypes and making sure that everything works, because that takes time as well. So yeah, it's possible that they could launch in 2026, but you know how this works. Sometimes plans change, and they may as well launch it a year later, late 2027. There's been some rumors suggesting that PlayStation 6 may launch in 2027, but I'm doubtful, because if they just released PlayStation 5 Pro, usually PlayStation sticks to like 4 years plan. So 4 years after PlayStation 5, PlayStation 5 Pro launched. So I would imagine PlayStation 6 to arrive around 2028, maybe late 2028. So if Xbox was to launch even late 2027, that's still a year earlier than Sony PlayStation 6. But hey, it's all speculation on my part, everybody's part, because like I said, there's no plans set in stone just yet. I mean, I could imagine, I would imagine that Microsoft do have some sort of like schedule, and they have to work to a schedule, right? So they probably know when about the new console is probably going to launch. They have to plan for it. They have to provide software for it, operating system for it. So, they have to plan for this. So we'll see how that goes. But anyway, listen, either way, good news is that Microsoft just keeps pushing more and more great games, and that's what it's all about, whether you are on Xbox or PC or even PlayStation, believe it or not. There's a lot of games to enjoy from Xbox, and that's a good thing. Good thing that they keep releasing these games, and Game Pass is just becoming more and more valuable and worth its money. So anyway, that's the video. I hope you enjoyed it. Let me know in the comment section below what you think about it, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Take care.